Chris. I'm here with Colin. So the last couple of videos we talked about kind of injury prevention for low back injuries with basketball. So the first video we showed about flexibility, kind of working on stretching out the hip flexors, the quads, even a little bit of the lower back. And then second video we talked about kind of like core strengthening, keeping these muscles nice and tight so it protects the back. So the last one we're going to talk about today is more of the movement retraining component of it there. So in the first video when I was working with Xavier, we mentioned 3 key movements. One was going up for a rebound and then landing with a little bit too much extension. And the other one was going up for a rebound or jumping and landing with too much flexion there. So both of those movements can cause excessive stress either to the joints or to the muscles around the back. So for Colin, we're going to work on more of the rebounding and avoiding this excessive extension mechanics here. So if I have Colin here, I'm going to have the ball here. The first one, Colin's going to show us kind of a bad version of it. So go ahead and go up for the rebound. Boom. So freeze right there. So again, like we mentioned in the first video, if we land excessively in this extended position, a lot of the joints, a lot of the little facets will get irritated. You can even maybe compress the disc a little bit there. So for Colin, we want to promote more of a hip strategy. So go ahead and relax. So what we mean by hip strategy is when you're jumping up, we want you to bend through your hip, your knees, all both together, and keeping your back neutral, right? So the big thing is to not land like this extended. So for Colin, I'm going to take away the ball. This ball is more of an external cue. Right now we just work on more of the mechanics here. So go ahead and jump up, Colin. And when you land, think landing soft, keeping your back nice and straight, okay? So go up, rebound, good, go again. Good, go again. Good, keep going. So as Colin's doing this, what we're noticing is keeping that back nice and straight, keeping the knees out so we avoid any stress on the knees as well, and landing nice and soft. Good, 2 more. Perfect, good. So now once Colin gets the pattern, he gets the movement down without any kind of distraction or ball, then we're going to integrate the ball and see hopefully that translates to more of a automatic motion there, okay? Same thing, so I'm going to simulate, go for the rebound, boom, throw it back. Same thing, go for the rebound, good, bring it back, go for the rebound, good, go again, go for the rebound, perfect. So good, so that shows us that Colin's kind of adopted that task, that pattern, so that he's not excessively extending or he's not really upright when he's landing. So now the other version of, I guess, a poor position in the back would be too much flexion, too much rounding. So I'm going to have Colin go ahead and go up for the rebound and then kind of land in that flex position. Boom, freeze. Okay. So same thing here, right? If the pelvis and the back are all out of alignment, a lot of rounding here, what's going to prevent it is going to be these muscles right here. So you'll potentially strain or overuse these muscles and again causing more muscular back pain than joint back pain. Good. So same rules apply, same thing. Essentially, Colin's just did a brace, land through the hips, not letting it round too much there. This is go 5, it's just like the same thing, go for it. Boom, 1, bring it back, go again. Go, boom, go, 2. Good, now I'm gonna throw the ball somewhere else, so he's gotta react to it, good. 1 more, so he's gotta move in place, good, 1 more. Perfect, good. So that would be more so for any kind of joint, whether it be in that extended position or any more of the muscle strain in more of that flex position. So now the other motion that we mentioned was rotation. So again, if you're rotating and you don't have mobility in the back or the joint, and you're just kind of like jamming your spine right there. So I showed you the first stretch where you're laying on the floor and kind of open it up. But now we want to integrate other joints in addition to the back to kind of get that rotation motion so you're not just compressing here, okay? So same thing, Colin, so to show us an example of a bad rotation, face this way. And then I want you to rotate to your left. Just kind of rotating through your back, yep. So just kind of twist, pull through. Good, keep going. Pull through, pull through. Good, so if Colin doesn't have the mobility, he's just gonna be kind of jamming the back up here. So now we wanna try to incorporate more movement from other joints here. Let's take a break. So now, Colin, what I want you to do as you're rotating, I want you to step out, load into your hip. The same thing, keep your back neutral, right? And come back up. So step out, rotate through your hip, go for it. Okay, so good, boom. Let's do 10 of those. So as you see, Colin's not just loading one joint, one body part, he's kind of distributing this motion throughout the whole chain, up and down from the knee, hip to the foot. Good. And then another thing you can do to integrate a little bit more abdominal strength into this movement would be go ahead and relax. So I'm gonna have Colin throw this guy on the knees. So I'll take the ball from you. So we're gonna get him to use a little bit more of his glute muscles. He's gonna have this one in this hand here. Let me give him the ball. Same thing, I'm gonna put a little bit of tension on it, just like we did with that machine exercise. Go ahead and step out, rip through, boom. 2, go to 10, 3, 4, 5. So again, we're promoting that abdominal muscle to contract. We're getting more mobility from other areas, not just at the back, and hoping to prevent any future injuries in the lower back there. Good? Perfect. All right, so again, as always, you know, if you can try doing these at home, but if you guys have any questions, go ahead and go to your local physical therapy clinic, or you can come check us out here. We can kind of give you a little movement analysis tune-up and get you back on track.